So over the last many years, there's been a significant contribution in the CSR space that has been made both by Tata companies and the Tata trusts. The Tata trusts, as you would be aware, are significant shareholders of our investment holding company, Tata Sons. And the dividends that get paid up by Tata companies to Tata Sons and through Tata Sons to the Tata trusts eventually find their way back through charitable activities for communities across India. Over the last decade, between the Tata companies and the Tata trusts, we have invested in excess of 8,000 crores in support of a number of CSR activities. In the last 3 years, we've been trending at around 1,000 crores a year spent between the Tata companies and the Tata trusts. And for the last fiscal 2013-14 in particular, the Tata companies have spent around 660 crores on CSR. You asked about slum redevelopment. We certainly welcome the addition of a number of new categories which would be covered by the CSR rules on what qualifies for CSR spending. And I think to the extent there are opportunities, we will evaluate these. We have a company in the housing space, Tata Housing, which could potentially evaluate opportunities in this space, either as part of its normal business or as part of the work that it does for CSR.
As one of the largest corporates, how do you read the Modi government's first budget? Do you think it was high on just intent and content? Also, do you think at a group level, does it address some of the concerns of the business community adequately through the reforms that were announced?
I think directionally it was very positive. I think the focus on build out of infrastructure, the Diamond Quadrilateral, the upgradation of airports, all of these speak well to the intent of the government in upping investment in these areas. There are a number of Tata Group companies that would benefit from these kinds of efforts. We are large in the commercial vehicle space, we are large in the steel industry. All of these sectors will benefit from the focus on infrastructure. Similarly, the focus on defense upgradation and indigenization of defense production in this country is a relatively new business area for a group like Tata's, but one where we see huge amount of promise. And we believe that this would again be a positive that we would like to focus on. There is a focus on tourism. Again, our presence in the hospitality space is well known, and we again think that there would be a benefit from this focus of the government. Similarly, on energy, improving the access to fuel supply for power companies. A company like Tata Power would benefit from more clarity in government policy. So I think net directionally we are very pleased with the kind of direction that the government has indicated through this budget. It was, we have to recognize, a budget that's coming well into the fiscal year, and there will be a budget that will be announced for the entire fiscal next February. So I think in the short time the government has had to work on this. I think they've come out with something that directionally is very positive for industry.
But what were some of the key misses that you were looking for in the budget that it did not deliver from the Tata Group and also for the business community?
I don't think it would be fair to talk about misses at this stage. I think what everyone was looking for was something that would boost sentiment and that would directionally indicate support for growth. I think it's clear that there is that focus, and that is something we definitely would welcome.
There was a lot of uncertainty with regards to the change of government last year. Business sentiment was down. Now you think with some sort of stability there and the new direction that the government has given, do you think on-ground sentiment has improved?
I think certainly for a period of time, even under the previous government, there was a recognition that much more had to be done to revive sentiment and to boost in investments. And I think we're beginning to see a lot of those actions and the actions of the new government really picking up the pace on that. So I think those are certainly activities that would give a real boost to the economy going forward, which we welcome.
You've earmarked a capex of over 65,000 crores for this fiscal. What will be the key focus areas and the sectors the group will invest the maximum money in? Also, how are you looking to fund these investments? Is that process being completed?
So we are seeing significant investments taking place in steel. We have a new plant coming up in Kalinganagar with Tata Steel, which is going to add between 3 and 6 million tons of capacity over a period of time. Significant investments being made in the automobile industry. We have a large new product pipeline that Tata Motors is coming out with. Those would be the major contributors, and certainly all our other companies have significant spending plans that they have announced publicly. Really we are quite bullish on the future, and that's the reason we have undertaken what we a fairly large spend in the current context. The funding of this, I think each company, it would vary from company to company. Some of our companies have announced rights issue plans. Some companies are well funded and have cash accruals that allow them to support these spending plans. So I think it would vary from company to company, but we are certainly very confident about the market's receptiveness to these spending plans and our ability to raise the capital, whether in the form of debt or equity.